Yeah, don't overthink it. I was blessed to be able to hear presentations by Marcus Sheridan, who wrote this really popular marketing book called "They Ask and You Answer." And the biggest takeaway I had from him was be bravely honest in your communication in marketing with your clients, with your prospects. And I think the most brave honesty that we can communicate is really what work we're looking for and what we want to focus on. And then also, if you're getting a lot of requests for things you don't want or don't like to do, just be really upfront like, hey, we don't do remodel projects because of this or whatever.
Mhm.
So just look at your marketing and communications, how you're talking to people, and just be bravely honest and assess yourself and communicate to your clients like what you do and what you don't do.
So that's an interesting point, and I've gotten brutally honest with like realtors, which is interesting. Some people find really good success with realtors and property managers, but for us, we have never really found a successful real estate agent that we've worked for, until we started getting brutally honest. And what I tell people when they call me, because a lot of times real estate agents will call you, hey, I just had a home inspection done. I'd love for you to go through this and give me an estimate. And really what they're looking for is just a quote so that they can bring it back to the seller and, negotiate a lower price. You never end up hearing from them again. So you spend an hour, combing through this thing and you never get anything from it. I've told real estate agents that, hey, we typically don't work with real estate agents because oftentimes when they're selling a house, they just need a quick patch. And that's really not what we do. I'll tell them this, like, we don't do patches. Like, we do appropriate fixes. So that makes it a little bit more expensive. So typically we're priced out of someone just trying to, get this thing ready to sell their house. But what we do excel in is if you give us to your client after they buy the house. And then we end up working for that house, working for that person that actually wants something that's going to last. And, we've been able to tell people that and be brutally honest. And it's actually worked out really well. We now get some really high end realtors that refer to us some pretty high end clients after they've already bought the house. And it works out pretty well.
Yeah, one brave, honest, and that's why like focusing on that brave honesty kind of opens up the mind a bit. But like your bravely honest thing for realtors is like, in my opinion, is hey, if this is coming out of like your expense, you're probably not going to like us.
Right.
If if you want a high quality referral for your clients and you know that this referral is going to get the job done really well, then you'll probably really enjoy us. But so it just underscores like, hey, we're expensive, but you're going to get a really high quality service. So that's kind of like the brave honesty with a realtor, right? Because a lot of times the realtor invests a little bit into that prospect by covering home inspection fees or covering some minor fixes. And so that's why a lot of these realtors, they're like terrible to work with. They want it done really cheap because it's coming out of their pocket. So that's a brave, honest statement of, hey, if this is coming out of your budget, you're probably not going to like us unless you are a premium price realtor.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good way to put it. I wanted to address this comment by Aunt Caruso. That's Aunt, like not like aunt, Aunt.
And
Thanks for tuning in, Aunt. So he writes tired or tried getting jobs in next door. Boy, is that site a tragedy. Lowest price crackheads seem to always get the job. That's funny.